Hello, my name is Steve, and welcome to Unboxing the Boxes, the Star Wars Collection. This is episode 9, more from the 1970s. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Unboxing the Boxes as I rediscover my Star Wars collection. I would invite you to like the video, to subscribe to the channel, and to share the videos with your friends. That way, the numbers go up, of course, and YouTube recognizes us a little bit more. If you remember last week, I went through my Foot Locker and brought out a lot of quite a few of the toys from the 1970s. Well, there's a few more things in here from the 1970s I thought I would share with you. So, without further ado, let's start getting into it. First one is just a little box here, and this is actually a box from Star Wars trading cards, you know, like baseball and football trading cards. Well, they had them for Star Wars too, and maybe in a future episode I'll go through some of those. But it's got a bunch of miscellaneous stuff in it, so let's see what we got. First of all, I got a little Star Wars picture book here. It's one that you could put pictures in of your friends and family. I chose to make it of Star Wars stickers. So you can see what I've got here, kind of, which stickers I've got. Got them on both sides, different ones. And they also have little pockets here. That's where I put my extra ones in on both sides. So just kind of a nifty little thing, a Star Wars photo album. Here's a little promotional thing from Burger King and Coca-Cola. Now this is actually not the late 70s. This is from the early 80s because it's from The Empire Strikes Back. And as you can see, there were 3 cards here. Unfortunately, I didn't have a Burger King that was nearby me at the time. I'd have to drive 30 miles away practically to go to Burger King. And I concentrated more on glasses when they came out instead of trading cards. So I do have one little uncut trading card pack from The Empire Strikes Back. Now we got a couple other interesting things here. If you remember last week we had some die cast vehicles that were still with the boxes. Well, here we have TIE Fighter. And as you can see, you can have the wings just kind of go pew and blast off when you're playing with them. And you could also, if you look here, you could take out the TIE Fighter pilot. That way you could have the ship blast apart and boo, there goes the TIE Fighter pilot spinning around in space as he goes away into nothingness. So kind of a neat little feature there. So, how do you like the TIE Fighter? Die-cast TIE Fighter. Of course, if you got the die-cast TIE Fighter, you got to have the die-cast X-Wing fighter. As you can see, not too bad. Some nice little details there. Looking at the back of it, probably could have used a little more color, a little more paint. The X-Wings do come apart for your missions. As you can see, the plastic is bent up a little bit here. There, put it back in there a little bit more. Yeah, straighten them out a little bit. We do have a TIE Fighter pilot in there. We do have an astromech droid in the top. Can't say this is really R2-D2 or not because the coloring is not quite right, but so there you go. You have your X-Wing fighter shooting your after your TIE Fighters, so you can make your own Star Wars scenes as they go by. Not exactly sure what this is from. Some sort of rifle blaster. Well, all I can say on that, I don't know where it's from. I also have a Star Wars pen from Star Wars Insider magazine. A little promotional thing. And on the back side, there was supposed to be like a little 3-dimensional kind of looking with the TIE Fighter going through the Mos Eisley Desert. Oh, it does still come out. Doesn't look like it's writing though. But just a little souvenir from Star Wars Insider magazine from way back when. And this one kind of caught me off guard. I actually have 3 necklaces. These were from by Factors Incorporated. So the first one here, kind of a little pewter type thing, featuring R2-D2. And with this one, his legs actually do move. So you have a little bit of movement on this pendant. So there we go, the Star Wars R2-D2 necklace. Now, of course, if we got R2-D2, we gotta have the Golden Droid C-3PO. And here again, on this one, his arms move. They swing back and forth. So there is C-3PO. Maybe make his arms flat here so you can see a little better. And of course, there's one more character that doesn't have the face of an actor on it. And that would be Chewbacca. Once again, just like C-3PO, Chewbacca's arms move back and forth. So there you have Chewbacca. Can't tell you how much these cost because the stickers are no longer on them. But kind of a nifty little thing from way back when to kind of show you that you could get just about anything you wanted in Star Wars all the way back in the 1970s. Not sure how many young boys wore these. I know I never wore them. They just became part of my collection right away. Did have to open them up just so I could see them because, as you can see, the packaging with the chain around it didn't really do a real good job of showing you what the figure was. So that is what I have in this little box. I'll put this stuff away here quick and show you something else. Because the next thing I want to show you is one of my pride and joys, because I really don't see this mentioned a whole lot by collectors. And that is the Star Wars blueprints. That is right. Way back in the 1970s, we had blueprints of the various Star Wars ships and so forth. In fact, there are blueprints here from the Cantina at Mos Eisley, the Millennium Falcon, Luke's Land Speeder, the Sandcrawler, the interior of the Death Star, and more, laid out to scale in exact detail. This contained 15 blueprints. So, maybe just show you real quick here. That's kind of neat. This one happens to be with R2-D2. There we go. Nice little blueprint showing one side of R2-D2. Even got the legend there like you'd see on a regular blueprint way back then. Well, it shows a few details. Kind of a nifty little thing. So here we have the Sandcrawler. And basically it's the treads of the Sandcrawler. Let's see, Luke Skyhopper. There, now did you know that there were blueprints for Luke Skyhopper? It's not a complete set, of course, but if you remember Luke Skyhopper, we got to see that toy while Luke was playing with it in the garage in A New Hope. Here we have Luke's Land Speeder. Well, what the heck is this? Oh, another speeder. The Mobquet land speeder. So anyway, those are the blueprints that are found in the Star Wars blueprint folder, which has a nice little carrying case. And you know, the best part of this whole thing, you could get all of these for only $6.95. Pretty good collection there, huh? One other little thing I'd like to show you before we call this one quits is, if you remember a couple of videos ago, I showed you the vintage action figures from The Empire Strikes Back. And I thought I had the cards somewhere. Well, here they are. They were in the Foot Locker. So here are the cards. For example, Bossk, Luke Skywalker in Bespin fatigues, Princess Leia in her Hoth outfit, Lobot, Lando's right-hand man, Han Solo in Bespin outfit, the Imperial Commander, Dengar, one of the bounty hunters, IG-88, Lando Calrissian, and last but not least, FX7, the medical droid. And did you happen to notice the price on most of these as I held the cards up? They were only $2.17 a piece. In fact, a few of them were $1.97. Things have gone up a little bit since then. The latest action figures seem to be over $10 now for your basic ones. One nifty thing about these action figures is on the back of the card, they have a list of all the action figures from both A New Hope and The Empire Strikes Back. And I'm just noticing that there are a few figures that I am missing. For example, I don't have the Ugnaught. I don't have 21B. Oh yeah, there's a few of them on here I don't have. Oh well, too bad. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to spend a lot of money to fill out my collection these days. One thing I like with my collection is I try to buy it at a regular price or closeouts. Once in a while, I will spend extra to get something that I might be missing and really want, but that's more of a rare occurrence than it is anything else. So with that, I'm going to call her quits for this episode. Once again, I'd like to ask you to subscribe to the channel, to like the video, and to share it with your friends. Let other people see what we've got going on here. Other than that, may the force be with you, and keep collecting!